Good morning out there, everybody. I'm your host, Alan. Really appreciate you stopping by on the drive this morning. As you get ready to get your cup of Joe from your local stop, head over to the office or wherever your workplace may be. Well, school's about to be out, and you know what that means. There's a couple of things that are going to be going on. Some kids are going to be getting ready to ramp up for the summer as far as getting a job, and some kids are going to be getting ready to transition over into this old treacherous world that we live in. Those and many more stories here this morning on The Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this thing. Well, first off, before we do, I want to tell everybody out there, for all of my new followers on Facebook and all of my YouTube subscribers, we're venturing off to Facebook. I know that a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of comments from a lot of people, hey man, why do you not put your videos on Facebook or put the videos on Facebook all together where you can watch them? I would usually put them up so you could see it and have to go to YouTube. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't go to YouTube. So we decided to switch up. As you've seen, a lot of you guys are following me now because of the football videos, which are incredible. But we're gonna start doing our morning drive show here on Facebook too. And this drive show has been going on for I don't know, a year and a half or so now. And it is a good show that I like, and it's on our show today. And most of the time, it's about what stuff goes on in our local community. So let's get right into it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, school's about to be out. Yeah, it's about to be out. I think that's what Friday is. All of this stuff is going to go down, and then there's two sides of it, ladies and gentlemen. You got the kids who are going to be out, who will be returning to school in a couple of months, and they're still got a couple of years ago. But then you've got the other kids, the seniors, who are going to graduate, and then they're coming into, you know what? They're coming into the real world where things are not like they are when you're in high school. You're going to have to be man up, woman up, and transition out. Some will transition out to college. Some will transition to just get a job. And some will transition over to the United States military or whatever their endeavors may be. But either way it goes, ladies and gentlemen, the real world is about to face them. Now, what are they going to need moving into the real world? Well, as adults, we all know that this world that we're living in right now, man, it doesn't take any prisoners. When you go off to college, you're going to have to use your foundation that you've had at home, because you can't get mixed up with the wrong circle. That's the number one thing we're going to talk about. You don't want to get mixed up with the wrong circle of people, make the wrong choices, and because those choices that you make at an early age will continue to affect you for the rest of your life. So you want to make good choices. You definitely want to make good choices in everything that you do. As parents and as family members, and you remember the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, this is the same thing. And going into young adulthood like this, as an adult, man, we need to make sure that we're reaching out to those kids. Make sure that those young adults now are making the right decisions, that they're getting put in the proper positions. Now, for those of you who transition out to the military, I'm telling you right now, things in the military are, well, you already know how things in the military are going, especially with this war that's going on. But I will be the first to tell you that I personally believe that if you do not go to college, or if you do not have a structured foundation or job, I believe that you should have to spend 2 years in the military. Now, that's just me from being a former soldier. And it'll help you, teach you some discipline and some structure, put some structure in your life. Is that going to be the end all, be all, end all of it? No, it isn't. But it will give you some structure in your life. So that's some of the things that we want to talk about for the ones that are transitioning out. Now, for the ones that are transitioning in, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, they better have something good to do in the summertime. Now, street takeovers. If you don't know what a street takeover is, you probably need to look it up or just listen to what old Coach Duck here on the drive. I'm going to tell you, street takeovers are when kids go out into malls and 200-300 kids rush in one store in the mall, get everything out, and then run out. There's only so many people that the police can apprehend, but it happens. Street takeovers are also happening when kids get their vehicles, okay, and go out at night, take over a street, do burnouts and all kinds of knucklehead stuff, and that's happening. Now, we used to seeing that in the cities, right? But ladies and gentlemen, it's coming out to the rural communities now. It's coming out to the rural communities. Most of the cities out there, they have curfews. They do have curfews on the youngsters, and they have to be home at a certain time. So don't you be fooled, because it will definitely happen in a rural neighborhood. It will definitely in a rural town like this. So we need to make sure that we have some structure for those kids when things when the summertime, when things go on. Now we know a lot of football players and the volleyball players, they're going to be probably going to be tired from going up during their local workouts and stuff. But there are still some that, when you're young like that, you can go forever, not like us old people. We need to make sure that we're paying attention to the kids out there and everything they're doing. All right. So, hey, let's keep this thing rolling. Let's keep it thing rolling. Well, for us adults out there, the number one thing that's going on, gas prices. It is absolutely astonishing how much gas is. And it's not going to go down, ladies and gentlemen, with this war that seems like it's never going to come to an end. Things definitely are taking a turn for the worse. I mean, if you commute to work, say if you're commuting from Jasper to 409 and you're commuting down to one of the plants down there in Beaumont, Exxon Mobil or whatever, you're going 150, 200 miles round trip every day. Man, and you're spending I do mean a heck of a lot of money on gas. Child care prices are up. Everything is continuing to rise. And with gas prices like they are, you know what's about to happen. Food prices are going to go up. Diesel is rising up. Everything that we get is from diesel. Everything that we get transported in pretty much is from trucks having to go and pick it up from the ports or whatever and transport it out. So diesel prices are what, $8 a gallon, $9 a gallon around here. Gas prices $4, $4.15, $4.20 a gallon, and that's tough. And a barrel of oil is upwards over $100. And one barrel of oil, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, one barrel of oil produces out so many different things that we don't pay attention to in our regular lives, and it definitely makes a difference. So the farmers out there, they're having to spend a lot of extra money. The money that they would subsidize as far as trying to get them out of the crunch, they're not able to get out of the crunch. So those are some of the things that we want to touch on this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the things we want to touch on. And on my way out, I'm going to tell all of you out there, all of you got to keep your head up. And for all of the seniors that are going to be transitioning out, all of you, make sure that whatever you do, the number one thing is you make the right decision. This is Alan, D9J Sports in the Morning Drive, where we venture off to other things. But before I get out, I want to tell you, when you do get to the office this morning, whoever she is, ladies out there, if she comes in and she's being you don't pay her any attention. If she comes in and she's trying to act like she's running the job and just got there, you're just there to get your check. Don't pay her any attention. This is Alan, D9J Sports in the Drive. I'm definitely OUT.